Where did we start off again last week?
Okay, so if I remember, okay, I don't know. It kind of gets spicy because like you and I've been talking outside of regular game times too. So now I'm like,
Yeah.
what was the session stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so session stuff. Last session was at the end of the plan not working.
That's right. So we set up an ambush for Old Mate, which didn't work, and he got away.
Right. Was that last session or the session before?
No, that was last session. Yeah.
Okay, and then what happened after that?
Before that, we stopped by HQ. I'm pretty sure for something. I forget what exactly. Shit. He start taking notes.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's kind of a thing that I would try to do, but running the game and taking notes at the same time is a lot harder.
Yeah, for sure. I am expecting a phone call, so apologies in advance. Might take about 15 minutes, something.
Oh, I remember Verd beat What's-Her-Face's record.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Had that before the ambush?
Yeah, that was before the ambush. We had the duel.
Okay, yeah. And that was with Beauregard, right?
Yeah, and Beauregard stopped by. It was with that chick, though, there. You know, that
Eldrina.
rainbow
right?
chick. Yeah. Crazy colored one. 300 to 299 to 1 now.
It was pretty much those two scenes majorly. However, I also feel like Verd needs to be telling people about other things now.
Yeah.
So we're gonna probably start there.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have one of our famous starting at the cockatrice moments?
What do you guys think?
It's fine with me.
Well, this time you actually don't find Verd in there, even though it's his free time.
The world is ending then. Today's the day.
It must be early.
So, but if you ask the bar manager, he'd probably direct you to my apartment, where I'd probably be.
Specifically saying something along the lines of, I haven't actually seen them in here every day as normal. It's kind of strange.
Maybe try his apartment or something.
Yeah.
That'd be his first.
So definitely different behavior.
He would walk in and see that you're not there, and be like, well, fuck, guess I'm going to his house.
Yeah. Just weird. It's like seeing your teacher, outside in the real world.
Had that happen to me multiple times. I don't know how to feel about it.
Yeah.
So if you knocked on Verd's door, he's there at his place and he invites you in. Place looks a bit cleaner, like well put together, I suppose, than usual.
One
and
two, you're still here.
I'm still here. Welcome. Come on in, guys.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going.
But,
anybody want to make some insight checks on this? Nothing?
Yeah, no.
Hold on.
Yeah, well, definitely. He's very.
Okay,
he's intrigued.
Give me a number from these numbers. All right, 1 second.
I should probably. Let's see.
Pick a number between those numbers that you think. Obviously, the lower being lower, the higher being higher. How? Okay, perfect. Okay. So, insight?
Yeah. Oh, pretty dang good. 24.
Yeah, you totally, it's very strange behavior, but you definitely know that something has changed in their behavior, but not in a suspicious way. Just in a more, maybe they're cleaning up their act kind of way.
Wait. Oh.
Interesting.
Like something's different of their regular behavior, but not suspicious enough to be like, oh shit, it's a doppelganger, right?
You also notice a distinct lack of a lot of alcohol in his place.
Yeah, the booze is gone.
He's gonna look at you and be like, "So where's Verd?
Who are you?
Who's
Bird
this guy?"
laughs. He pours himself a beer. It's very light coloured beer. So if you knew much about alcohol, you'd probably notice it was very weak alcohol. I mean, he's also wearing.
I mean,
so
to be honest, you don't really have to pour yourself shit anymore. I gave you a mug that can do anything. So
true. Well, yeah, okay. He would have gotten the mug out there. Forgot about that.
In the contents of the mug, if you were to look closely, you can tell it's either watered down or not as potent.
Yeah.
Like, there.
So Verd gestures for you guys to take a seat. At his table.
Okay.
And then he sits down. He's like, "You guys want a drink?"
I'm going to take my mask off and turn into Verd and say, "Yeah, I'll take your strongest drink."
Verd laughs and he pulls out a bottle and casts a spell, which fills the bottle up with very strong smelling spirits, and then pours a glass for you.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I'll start drinking. This is the first time you guys would have ever seen this person drink, by the way. But it's
True.
as Verd.
True.
well, I'm in a parallel universe.
Okay, drink.
Not this time.
No worries. Alright, well, okay, I've got a few things I need to chat with you guys about. So, you may not have noticed because it hasn't happened a lot recently because of my drinking, but I have visions, basically, prophetic visions of the future, but it's quite different to what you commonly call divination, as it's known commonly these days, because I'm able to direct what I see, basically, depending on my intentions. So, over the past, 6 weeks or so, or like past month or so, I've had to cut down on the drinking so I can start getting these visions again. This alcohol kind of cuts it off pretty badly. But we have 10 and a half months until Mother arrives. She will arrive during the Spring Equinox Festival next year. So basically, we are getting down to crunch time. We don't have a lot of time left. So if there's anything in the next just under a year that you guys think you might need, I have a few plans that I think would be good. I've spoken to my sponsor and helped him get a contract that will enable him to look after the defenses of the city. And from what I've been able to tell, it works. It works. The city, I don't know how long it works for, but it works for at least from what I could see, my vision. So we now have a second issue that comes down to, I personally believe that unless we take out Mother herself, that none of this, that it all will end in failure either way, basically.
Right.
So going down that pathway, I tried a few things. So I managed to see the inside of Mother's ship, and I've managed to learn some spells that might help us find her. But the issue is that the inside of her ship is a labyrinth. So yeah, I found a spell that enables me to. It points in the direction of my query. So from what I could tell, she's somewhere in the middle of the ship, but getting there is a whole nother matter. The ship is like the size of a small moon, basically. So it's not going to be something that we can just port in and find her, if you know what I mean.
Dealing with a brainiac.
Yeah, she's done this quite a few times. She kind of knows what she's doing, I'm assuming. So, yeah. So basically, we need to come up with a plan, and I'm looking for input about how we might be able to get to her, kill her, while the fight against the city has happened. So we can draw all of the enemy's combatants outside of the ship, and then we can go in as a quick reaction force or something.
Right.
So yeah, if you'd
I'm
like
not
to know
the
more about
planner
my
type
visions,
person.
if you'd like to know more about my visions or anything like that, feel free to ask. Otherwise, yeah, feel free to tell me your
How
thoughts.
long do your visions usually last?
Not very long. Not very long. It's just kind of like I could say a minute or two, I suppose. I can maybe longer. Like it jumps from 1 minute to the next, but it's enough for me to know when something's gone right or wrong, basically, but not too many details.
You don't get like an image, you get like little bits.
No, I get full-blown images as if like I see myself doing what I'm doing, like I'm in my own shoes, basically, living my life.
So
but
it's like an out of body, in of body kind of experience thing.
Yeah, it's like I port into my future self and see what's happening for a little while, kind of. But they're not always the most clear sometimes. Depending on a lot of factors, there could be a lot of information or barely any information. Like, for example, I tried after I learned this spell, this personal compass spell. I tried doing another one, but I didn't learn much. Basically, I learned it was the same thing happened when we teleported into the ship. The person who teleports dies immediately; they disintegrate basically. So she has some form of defenses up that, like, if we don't want the teleporter to die, we need to figure something out there.
Have somebody die.
Yeah, preferably not. But all I saw in my last vision was that the spell worked. It was pointing in a direction, but we were still walking in circles. Something was off. I don't know. We couldn't find it. It was telling us to go to the middle of the ship, but couldn't get there. Just came up and going in circles, and that's all I really saw.
Interesting.
So yeah, I could. Yeah. So yeah, questions, queries, ideas.
Well, my first idea is weapons.
Yeah, well,
Have you told anyone else about this?
I have. I've told Sterling, Max Sterling, Slick, Eccentrics, also my sponsor Beauregard, and the head of Captain, like the guards.
Okay.
So that's
also
another thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. But so also another thing in regards to my visions, I only know what I can see. So basically, there's always the chance that I'm misinterpreting events based on my own biases, basically, because I'm always seeing it from my point of view. So yeah,
Right.
but yeah, in the vision protecting the city, Beauregard, he knows his shit. He knows his weaponry. I'll say that he has. It's every type of weaponry you could imagine. He's got, and the city has defending it. So I don't think there's too much worry left about protecting the city anymore. But it's more about how can we get to Mother and kill her, which I'm currently drawing a bit of a blank on.
Okay, so have you ever seen any of us in these visions?
Yep. So when we teleport, so my original vision I had long time ago, I suppose I didn't really see it, but I can't think of anything else that happened other than I saw myself die. So now that things have changed, I've tried a few different things, a few different options, but in the more recent visions, yes, you three of you, the two of you are there with me, and yeah, we've also got a few other people who are helping us too. get like onto the ship and stuff. And the original vision didn't have any of you in there, but the more recent ones have.
Interesting.
And I'm not really a plan guy. I'm a max something size guy.
Well,
my life has just been about running, so running at something usually isn't too much of my planning. Well,
I think we should stick with the defendant father.
that certainly might. At least might give us some information.
wouldn't hurt
at the
give it a
very
try.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll beat it.
Yeah, I don't know how we'd get that to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
So
you've told the captain, your
my sponsor,
not your handler, your sponsor.
and the head of the eccentrics. Yeah,
and that's it.
That's it. And now you two.
Okay. Well.
It's about shopping time.
We definitely need, like you said, we need a way to navigate the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Have you managed to get on the ship at all?
Yeah.
Without getting
So
disintegrated?
so none of us get disintegrated, but the person teleporting us gets disintegrated. So I haven't done a vision yet in a way that might overcome that, because I've yet to see stop away disintegrating basically. So if you guys have any ideas that might protect someone from disintegration, then I'm all ears. But yes, we have gotten onto the ship in my past 2 visions, but like I said, it's impossible. The ship is the size of a small moon, and there's no rooms, it's just endless hallways, curving hallways. No straight lines. It's almost impossible to figure out where to go.
We can figure out for a way for us to fly without time limit.
Well, I can.
Okay, for me. Then we could always just fly up. I don't know how long.
My issue is when it comes to flying up to the ship is, what if there are defenses that spot us? So I think the smartest way to get on the ship would be to teleport, but we, number one, need a way to protect the person doing the teleport, and number two, need to figure out where to teleport to exactly.
How close to the ground does the ship get when it arrives?
It lands on the Earth, so I suppose you could technically walk up to it, but who knows how many tens of thousands of creatures would be in the area surrounding the ship. So there are it's just so creatures about the size of us, maybe 2 or 3 times bigger.
Head on the ground is not a good idea.
Yeah. But creatures about between our size and 2 to 3 times our size. Imagine how many you could fit on a ship the size of a small moon. I don't even want to think, how many it could be. But yeah, this is basically where I've gotten up to in my thoughts. But where to go from here, I need some help.
I'm genuinely trying to think of what the fuck would help. I don't know.
Do you know what spell they're using to get us onto the ship?
I believe it's teleport, or mass teleport or something. Teleported about six or 7 of us onto the ship. Well, I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, glyph of warding, or try to just get as many bloody defenses on them as possible, or something.
Do you know what's exactly disintegrating them? Do you know if it's like a weapon or a...
All I know is that the moment we teleport, they disintegrate. The moment we've been teleported onto the ship.
Hmm.
Is there a way we could teleport without another person?
So they wait 1 sec. So they don't disintegrate; they explode.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So they disintegrate, explode.
Interesting.
so I still pose the teleportation.
So I personally believe there might be some kind of ward in the ship that would stop people just teleporting in as they please. So if we force our way in through it, the person teleporting dies basically. And I'm quite certain they use teleport, not teleportation circle.
Huh. Okay. Well, I could dispel magic if it's like a ward of some sort, but I'd need to be able to see it.
That's a problem. From what I can tell, it's an invisible barrier surrounding the ship. So unless you could dispel a ship the size of a small moon, I don't think it would help. So how about if we got like a bunch of protections on the person doing the teleport, magic items, spells and so on. Maybe that will. I don't know. I can always try another vision to see if whatever plan we come up with works too.
Who knows?
Right.
Maybe when we speak to Father, he could.
It's always a
Possibly.
possibility. But from what I can tell, you two don't get along very well, considering the way
Yeah,
you
but
dealt with him last time, right?
he's new to you guys, so you might be able to con him into something.
But, like, why would he help us, though? I'm still a bit confused about that,
I don't
because
know.
why would a war god
Yeah, he
help
doesn't
some
seem that
random
helpful.
dude, some random friends of his son who belittled him or whatever? I don't know.
Talking
It's
to
worth a
Father
try, I
was an
guess.
idea. I don't know. Have to.
I think it's a good idea for us to talk with him. I'm trying to think
I just think the
how we could
likelihood.
get.
We shouldn't
Yeah.
place our bets on it.
Yeah. But if we
Um,
could, how exactly would we ask him for help
maybe-
either way? And
That's the other thing is I don't know how we can get in there.
yeah, because
That
we're
seems
just
like a
random
one-on-one
people.
kind of convo.
We're just random people he's estranged son knows, basically.
I don't know. Wasn't my idea to talk to him again.
Well,
He could
I'm
be very
fine.
fucking helpful.
It could, but I don't know how it would work. Like I just don't know.
How we
That's a
approach him.
connection. We don't have that connection, you know.
Yeah. Like if you approached him, I think, yeah, maybe, I don't know, submitted yourself to him or something. I'm sure gods are always usually into that kind of stuff when, they like to be submitted to. So if you could go up to him and submit yourself to him and maybe apologize, then maybe. But failing that,
I'm a cleric and I don't even know who my god is, you know. So like, I'm right there with you with bad connections to God. So
I do kind of want to like become a warlock of my own father. It'd be kind of funny.
oh boy.
Sounds interesting.
So if it's a ward around the ship, I think I could dispel the magic around it.
Without getting too close, that we'd have to like travel up to it.
120 feet.
120. So for the size of the ship, you're basically touching it.
Yeah. As long as the magical effect is within 120 feet, which if it touches down, then surely it is.
One option, we could always... I don't know how far away from the ship the circle is. So we could always teleport up to the ship, dispel it, and then get through maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But what if we're caught in the open with, 1,000 monsters surrounding us and they attack immediately? Dead, basically.
Right.
That or a million guns.
No, we'll be having all the guns. Wait, That's actually another thing I hadn't thought of, to be honest. Does the ship have guns? It could just, boom, shoot us from afar and we're dead.
Has that happened in any of your visions?
I've not seen the ship activate any weaponry, no, not yet, at least. Though, to be honest,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I've not put my future potential self in a position where he could get shot at, though, yet. So,
right.
I still wouldn't be surprised if that.
Maybe it has some kind of ranged weaponry. That, yeah.
It's a pretty big fuck.
Yeah, it's about 1/10 or
My
one,
only plan
one.
right now is talk to father and get an upgraded weapon. This is my current.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can.
Yeah, I'll have to mull it over. I really don't know right now.
Yeah.
What the best course of action would be.
You've all learned that I am not someone that.
Yeah. That's fine.
That's fair.
You still is a chance you'll give one of us an idea, or you'll have a plan. Who knows? Best to keep you in the loop.
You never know.
We've learned that I don't plan things. Clearly.
Okay, so should we maybe seek some advice from someone?
Probably, yeah.
Wonder if there's some high level divination like person.
Maybe I'm not.
Max. Yeah, I'm sure he'd know someone. I was thinking one of the what do you call them? The head of their school or whatever.
There is no archmage of divination currently.
There is none. Is there anyone? Any potential?
I think
Not
that's
in Silverhaven, no.
Say it again.
Not in Silverhaven.
Are there any high level diviners that are looking to take the position?
Yeah, you would have to like start rolling some checks or doing some research. So checks first, then if you fail that, research.
All right. Check then. What is it? History?
What kind of check you wanting?
History.
History.
15.
15. Gee. So maybe do it with advantage because I'm here too.
Okay. I'm not great with history, but I'll do it.
Wait, you said 15 plus 15, right?
No. 15 total.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'll roll and you give me
It's
advantage.
plus 3.
I'll roll and you give me advantage then.
Okay, sure.
23.
My best is plus 10, man. Plus 15 is insane.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna be like, what the
gosh.
Yeah,
okay.
1 second.
Diviner.
The best plus I've seen is a plus 17. You get plus 50. Fuck.
Oh, you get it. That's 11.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna start taking session notes. Look at my camera.
It's hard to tell with your background. Oh, what is?
Oh. You know what?
Is it like a mini book or something?
There, that worked better for you.
Yeah, what is that?
Fucking mini flip book thing.
Oh. Huh.
My grandma gave me like a Halloween. I'll start taking. I could if I had my pen. Somewhere.
Yeah, keep one on you at all times.
Mine's here. Somewhere. I just need to find it.
This one's actually erasable too. It's pretty nice.
What have you been up to?
Alright, there we go.
Not much, really.
Sleeping most.
That. I woke up at like 7:30 this morning. I was so pissed. I went to bed at like 2 in the morning. Like, why? Ugh. I was so upset.
I was up.
All right.
Bird, when did we last
What?
speak?
Yesterday.
What time?
He slept since.
Oh, it's like 8 p.m. my time. It's like 14 hours ago. 13, 14 hours ago.
I've been up that long.
Nice.
then at like, well, not fully that long. I was up for a while, and then at like, my lunchtime.
Nice.
I hadn't slept. Holy solid.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I think I'm just eating
So-
candy.
because you rolled so well, this is basically everything about that character. So I'm just gonna let it go roleplay. It was EO that rolled that, right?
No, it was
Me.
Vern. Yeah,
Oh,
so you may want
my bad.
that.
1 second. I guess something tripped me up when someone said, "Oh, I had a 15," and I thought it was EO painting it. Here you go. Okay, and then
Oh, and I'm
Okay.
gonna go back to EO's form and put his mask on. So it is.
Oh my god. No, you're like, oh, you should have a pen. This also came with the tiniest pencil or pen that I have seen.
Yes. Nice.
Fuck yeah. She sounds awesome. Alright. So Verd's like, okay, so, alright, I do know about someone called Alara Moonshadow. She seems to potentially have some kind of ability, very least similar to mine. So maybe we should go speak to her about what I say.
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
I say we tell all about it.
It definitely feels like we tell at least the archmages that. Ooh,
Yeah.
I do have
Maybe-
some favors to call in if I need them.
I don't think I have favors with literally anybody.
I will be thinking on that. I have some favors to call in from a temple. I may need to look into.
Nice.
Could be handy.
Someone owes me a bit of a favor now too, I think.
Nice.
Ah, shit. Okay, well, it seems we might have to go for a bit of a trip to find this chick, though. She's not in our city.
Road
How
trip!
far away is she?
She's in Harmony Haven. It's about a week travel.
Road trip. Road trip.
If she's gonna be of help, I would like to I would like for us to tell the archmages before we leave, and I may go call in a favor from the temple.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy
Bird,
things.
Before we
Bird
leave.
looks a bit uncomfortable about revealing his abilities to everyone.
Sure.
He's just like, yeah,
Just the archmages.
I've spent so many decades running away from this ability, and now I'm like running headford into it. It's new.
Welcome to my world.
Well, it's either we try to get help using that ability, or we die wasting it.
Yeah. Well,
I prefer
I have
alive.
been learning. I've been learning about how to harness it, and I have gotten made some headway. So yeah, I suppose I could use a hand, to be honest, from someone who knew what they were doing.
And if you don't want us to talk to all of them, I can tell Eldrina, and she can tell the rest, and she's on good standing.
Maybe a good idea. Maybe a good idea to just see if we could get a meeting with all of them.
All of them at
once. Yeah.
Okay.
If that's possible.
That'll work. We can do that.
Cool. Alright, so should we set up that appointment then, I guess? Head to the Archmage Tower?
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do that.
Okay. Excellent. So you guys are going to go to the Ivory Tower. Once you go to the Ivory Tower, you do... What day is it in the week?
I mean, so far, every time we've had to figure out what day it is.
Like Wednesday? Okay, well, that works out. Because they meet up 3 times a week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So, okay, so you go there, and there's currently a session. And the way that you normally know that there's session is all the windows in the Ivory Tower up near the actual area where, like, the room that they're in is closed. I mean, you also, if you're curious, can do some sort of check or anything to check to see if there's any extra stuff in there, Arcana or whatever. But you all know that when they're in session, they usually close those
21
outside windows.
Gotcha.
All right.
Say 21 word.
Yep.
Nice.
You see the guards that are currently at the door, and they look at you and ask, well, what do you have business here today?
Bird pulls back his robe a bit so his eccentric badge shows, and he's like, I've come to tell the Archmages something very important.
Did you actually go up to Agent?
Sorry?
Did you actually go up to Agent?
Agent?
The 3rd rank in Eccentrics.
Yeah.
I know I did.
Yeah, I am.
Okay. So because they see that you're all agents of the Eccentrics, they move out of the way and open the door for you. And inside you see a large, like, grand kind of meeting room with a fountain in the middle. And underneath that fountain, or kind of like to the front of it, I guess I would say, is a desk where you see a how do you put it? You see a woman there, and looks kind of like a receptionist. You do see 2 grand staircases going up into the Ivory Tower, big spirals. But the rest of the whole area is completely open. Very echoey in here.
Okay. Bird walks up to the desk, greets the lady. It's like, evening or afternoon.
Good afternoon, she said.
I've come to see the Archmages. I have something quite important. I must let them know.
All right, let's see what we can do. So she looks down at a piece of paper on her desk, and she starts writing up a note. And then she then says, "What is this? What is the state of this? Is it an emergency? Is it a general meeting?"
It's getting close to an emergency.
The world is ending.
I'd say it's getting very close to being an emergency, yes.
World go bye-bye.
You put it very bluntly.
I will genuinely say it like that. Just world go bye-bye.
Okay. But is it immediately happening, or
Soon enough. Soon enough. But it is quite imperative that I get to speak with them sooner rather than later.
all right then? She starts scribbling a couple things down, and then she says, "Is there anything else I should be putting in here to see if it?"
Put down
right now
mother.
they're in a meet. Okay.
That should be fine.
And then she just looks at everyone else and says, "Well, I mean, they're currently in session, so
And
I don't
put
know.
down
Maybe you just
Misery's Mavericks, just to let them know who it is. They should know.
okay,
They'll know us.
got it." So she just writes down all that information and she just sends it off with that convenient little communication spell. And she says, "You're more than welcome to sit and wait, but I don't know how long the session currently is going for. Apparently, they are having some sort of discussion about the defenses."
Bad chuckles. He's like, okay, we'll wait. How? Yeah, okay. Yeah, we'll wait.
All right. So as you guys are waiting, there's plenty of chairs and things like that.
Ved didn't hide who he was when he was with the whole captain and Beauregard and all that. So, like, if anyone asked like where it all came from, they'd know it would be from Verd. But yeah, Verd takes a seat.
Okay. So as
Theo's
you
just
all are
gonna
doing
stand
that,
there. He ain't sitting down.
yeah, as you guys are waiting for it, it drags on. It seems to be like, I mean, I don't know what you guys do when you're not doing anything, but if you guys want to role play something, but you guys are waiting here for quite a second here.
After about 15 minutes, Verd walks up to the lady and he's like, "Could you let them know that what I'm here to see them about is pertaining to what they're discussing?"
Okay. And she grabs the piece of paper and
Gives her a
writes another message, and then she sends that up as well. And she will reiterate this. She says flat out, like, they are talking about some very serious matters. I don't know how long that they're going to be, but if you're
That's
patient with me, we'll see how long it takes. If it goes any longer than a certain thing, I might be able to send someone up there. But I mean,
That's fine. That's fine. I just
not
thought
knowing
I should let.
specifically the emergency or anything like that, it doesn't.
Well,
It
Verd
doesn't sound to me.
told them, like if they read what Verd said, like what she put in the note, it's about the defenses. It's Verdnerok from the Misery's Mavericks with the group wanting to talk about the defenses of the city,
Okay.
and it's somewhat of an emergency, basically.
Yeah. So let me. You know what? Let's try it this way. So let's have every single one of you kind of like do a role play to help each other, try to figure out how you guys could like. Unfortunately, none of you probably have dealt with bureaucracy as much.
Oh yeah.
No.
In real life, so I'm gonna have it be a thing where you guys where you guys in character put your heads together to give each other advantage or whatever, and then have the highest person make an insight or something.
Sure.
Yeah,
Well, I don't have much insight. So.
Yeah.
Certain what?
But there's definitely certain key words that you're supposed to say in situations where you really want to go meet someone and stuff, and I just haven't heard any of them trigger yet. Like, emergency doesn't mean much in bureaucracy. Like,
okay,
to be fair, EO said the world was ending.
Yeah,
when we first came in here.
But she asked you clarification. She said, "Is it ending now?"
Okay, so in response to that, yeah, like in EO's mind, he would be like, soon enough that we would want to know the information yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But
so Ved, okay. After a little while, Yeah. So
another 15 minutes.
no, I've cancelled the last 15-minute. I
Okay.
was thinking of redoing that. So
Okay.
out of chat though, Bird. I'm thinking of having Bird go up and say the city is coming to an end. Like pretty much telling her some details about his visions, basically, without letting him know that he has visions.
At this rate, just not
Maybe
all
I should
of it,
tell
but
him that
just,
I have visions.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Lay it all on the table. We don't got time to fuck around, dude.
It's true. It's true. Verd's just so used to fucking being coy about his abilities, so it's hard for him not to, I guess. Okay, so Verd, first time go after about 15 minutes, Verd goes up and he's like, "Would you mind sending another letter to him at all, please?"
Oh, all right. And she grabs a piece of paper and says, "What else do you want me to say?"
I have prophetic visions. Verdnarok, agent of the Misery Maverick, is here to see them about his prophetic visions and how he saw the world coming to an end in exactly 12 months' time during the next Spring Festival. And how we should prepare to stop that from happening.
Okay. And that's when she literally just says, "All right, if it's that serious, it's not going to be my job. Go ahead and go up the right staircase and announce yourself to the double doors once you get up there."
Appreciate it. Bird does his bow and then like gestures for EO and Cade to
I
come
will.
along.
I will already be like, like.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go.
Cool. So we head upstairs.
The thing I was going to have you guys make a check about was the fact of like, I was trying to like method act her.
Yeah.
And like, unless it's like big,
I suppose
she
I
ain't
was
gonna
being
get in
coy.
trouble. Yeah, it's
Fair enough.
like, okay, well, just wait around. You know, and
Yeah.
this one is like, the world is literally ending, and I have proof of it, and yeah, like,
Yeah.
Right.
Fair enough. Okay, so
Yeah.
Verd walks up to the door and he's like, "EO, Cade, and Verdnarok. These are his bricks." He says to the door.
all right. So once you go in, you see all these familiar faces, and Verd, a familiar face. Well, actually, technically, you guys met him too. Um, so when you guys go inside, you see a man, and you see them all kind of like sitting around a table. But you see one particular guy who is standing up and gesticulating and making plans, and has like a whole bunch of plans on it. Looks like plans for weapons and cannons and magic armors and Beauregard.
Oh, it's him. Cool. Well, Verd would stay at the back until he's finished his presentation then.
Oh, you're gonna be here for a minute.
Like
that's the reason why you guys were waiting.
I see.
Like, because he's going in detail. Like, he's itemized the list. Like, you see a giant scroll that's like filled with everything he needs from like like money and iron and metals and this and that and this and that and this. Yeah. And he's just going over it, and they all look bored to tears at this point. Like, they've probably been here since the morning, and it's like maybe early afternoon. They didn't even go to lunch yet.
Shit. All right. If that's how big the list is, then yeah, Bird wouldn't hold back.
I would hope not. God. And like
I said previously, we don't got time to fuck around.
And Eldrina, upon seeing EO, says, "Let's hold recess." And like, almost none of the archmages are against this. Like, almost all of them seem to be, I don't know how to explain this, relieved. Yeah. So the only one that shows little to no actual emotion is Varenthus, but you definitely can tell that he's just zoned out.
On here saying that, he'll be like, "You guys may want to stay seated for what we're about to say. I know you want to take a recess, but this is kind of on the same importance, I would say." And he'll like turn to Verd.
Okay.
Verd walks up, giving Beauregard a smile and a nod, greeting, and then looks around to the archmages. Are they in a circle around Verd?
Yeah, it's
or?
like a table.
Yeah.
It's like a round table, but you also have like seats for people on the outside in a circle.
Okay, cool. Verd walks up and he's like, greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and anyone else who might be around. I have recently returned the ability to have visions of the future. And as you can see from Beauregard here, I've been trying to put it to good work in the defense of this city. Though there are still a number of things that are quite lacking in for the end stage of this plan. From what I can tell, Verd relays his prophetic abilities and also the visions he's had from beginning to end, basically, not really leaving anything out. So I'll quickly read over it if you guys want, the visions, or I could just skip it. Up to you.
Well, I mean, in game, you're probably gonna have to go in detail. But,
yeah, no, I mean for EO and K, do you guys want me to read what my visions were exactly, or do you just want me to gloss over them? Just say I did it.
No, you don't need to do that.
Okay. So Verd goes through. Yeah, well, I just wanted to see if you guys wanted to hear a rundown of the visions. There's 5 of them, I think. But yeah, so Verd goes through his visions from the start until the more recent one, where kind of fade back in. Like, so basically Beauregard's plan here does work. His mechanical cannons, magical cannons, lots of cannons, lots of guns, rifles, machine guns, all the stuff he is asking for protects this city. One thing I cannot guarantee, however, is how long the protection will survive. Visions aren't infallible. And from what I can see, from what my vision showed me, the defenses they survive. They handle the onslaught. My issue is, how can we get to Mother and kill her? So with that, Verd goes into his the second visions he's had in regards to his attempts to get onto the ship, but it always just leads them to dead ends and circles, and they get lost. And then he says the second vision where he tried using a personal compass spell, but pretty much the same issue. So he kind of pauses after that. He's like, so I could use some ideas.
So they all kind of sit together and they think for a moment, and Thaldrin speaks up first. And Thaldrin then says, well, in regards to the protection of the city, we'll allow any sort of budget that we can do, especially if we know that it's coming within the year. So
Verd tells them basically the exact hour. That's best hour that he can estimate that it'll start.
Yeah. So the next thing that they're going to do is, hold on, I got to do Beauregard's things real quick. So. Okay. Perfect. So it would be 18 plus 10, 28. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. So, due to your basically perfect timing for Beauregard and giving them advantages and such, they said, I guess we'll get that out of the way. And those of us who agree on spending Silverhaven's budget on more defenses, say aye. And everyone says aye, except for one person. And that one person is, give me a second, is Solara.
Solara.
The one with the masks in the NPCs. She's the Archmage of Illusion.
Illusion. Interesting.
Okay.
But you don't necessarily know why she didn't vote for it, but all 4 of the others were fine with it.
So it
Okay.
succeeds then, basically, right?
Right. So
Okay.
basically speaking, he goes around and he has them sign that bottom of that paper, and all of them make their signatures on the scroll. And you see a familiar magic happen where the paper empties itself of its words onto all of them, goes through them, through their chest, out the other arm, back onto the paper every time they sign.
Okay.
And once all 5 of them have signed, Beauregard then says, I thank you all for your time, and I will be getting on this as soon as possible. And he goes up to you, specifically, Verd, and says this as he walks away. So 1 second, gotta go to you. And he continues walking away.
Bird just chuckles.
All right. And they then say, well, this is kind of concerning, Thaldrin says. He says, go ahead and sit at the table. We still have some empty seats. And they just motion to the other. I think there's 3 or 4 seats left on the table because they don't have a full roster.
Okay. Bird takes one of the seats and gestures for Kate and Ia to do the same.
If I can, I'm going to sit next to Eladrina.
Okay.
I'm not selected.
Yeah, you can.
Picking a seat. I'm just.
That's fair. So, after she says that, or after Thaldrin says that, Eldrina then says, well, with that out of the way, the defenses of the city at least, concerning this plan overall, we don't know specifically the defenses that are being there. We know about this ward. We know about the ability of getting lost inside the body of the ship, and we know that even with certain other magical spells, that is a thing. And one of the only people who's brave enough to probably teleport onto such a ship, or even powerful enough to do so, I really don't want to even give their name, because I know for a fact that they would do whatever it takes to be able to preserve this world, at least the world that we currently live in. So I'm reluctant to give you someone who's be able to literally teleport you onto a ship with that many issues.
That's one thing I also should mention. If we do come up with certain protections that you think might help, I could always test to see if it would help through the use of my abilities.
Right. So the problem, as I said before, is we don't know what kind of ward that is, what barrier that is. We would have to know the spell, pretty well, or at least have some time to discover it and research it. But I don't think we're going to have that much time, seeing as it is. No. What I mean is we'd have to see the ward when she comes, because we don't know if they're using ancient circle magics or anything. There's just too many variables, she says. Like, we don't even know if they use magic in the same way.
Would it be possible for me to find out through the use of my abilities?
I mean, not to my knowledge, but I am not a divination expert. The only thing that I can say is that when it comes to this, it seems that everything has been in your own personal eyes, basically seeing glimpses of your own personal future.
Yeah.
Your divination is powerful, but oddly specific. if that makes sense. It seems to be all around you and only you. Now, if you had the ability to, I don't know, like astrally project through your visions to go and see things, into those features, like some higher class divination magics can do, then maybe you'd be able to get more information. However, the problem is I just think that whatever gift you've been given is more personal.
Sure. Well, I don't know the extent of my abilities, to be honest. I've only recently opened myself up to them properly.
You said before, and you see that Eldrina was taking notes. You said before that you had these 5 visions, and she lists all 5 visions.
Yeah.
And she says, and every single one of these, they've been either in your perspective, from your own viewpoint, correct?
That's correct.
Right. And unfortunately, there's another issue which comes from biases, right?
Sure.
So we don't know, since we have not seen these visions firsthand, specifically the mood, the tone, the feelings, what specifically is coming on, which is one of the reasons why in our great courts we do not allow divination alone to be a viable source of, what is it called? Proof. Evidence.
Sure.
There you go.
Perhaps.
Though, because of your ranking in the eccentrics and for what you've done for the city as a whole, we're taking it on good faith. But good faith still needs to be backed up by, good, good intentions and good planning.
Sure.
And the problem I'm seeing here, and trying to be unbiased as I can be, is that all of these have been personal. There hasn't been anything where you have been outside of your body or followed someone else or anything along those lines. So I guess
from what I can tell, I can direct my visions based on my intentions. So if I tend to go search for Mother, I can find myself on a ship searching for her. Finding her is a different matter. But I suppose there's always a possibility of someone reading my mind as I have a vision, perhaps, or something. And then we could have 2 sets of views on the vision to see if what I'm seeing is what I'm seeing. Or if I intended to go onto our ship to learn about the ward, maybe I could have a vision about that. I just don't know yet. I'm still practicing.
I see. So I feel like that might be your best bet, is finding out more about your ability, and then I can try to require one of the memory stones from the court.
Sure.
Out of game, you guys know that these memory orbs or whatnot are effectively like projectors, so that people can see what someone saw. Like, they're not necessarily they're not necessarily, like, how do I put it, foolproof, but you can basically, like, Verd would be able to project his visions of what he saw almost to a T directly onto, like, a screen, like, so that way, and then he can confirm whether or not it's been tampered with or whatever. He's like, wait, I don't remember that, or whatever. But that might be, and Eldrina says that might be the best course of action. It might take me some time to go and grab one, but I think that would be a better option. As I said before, I mean no disrespect. It's just that we cannot make decisions that may affect us or the citizens of Silverhaven or the world, in fact, just solely on that, because there is. And then, funny enough, she gets interrupted by, let's see, give me a second. She gets interrupted by Brenthus. And Brenthus then says, in my personal and professional opinion, I believe very strongly that there also is a third option that could be at risk here. And he stands up and he looks very directly in the eyes and says, "Someone could be planting these visions to you."
Mm.
I suppose Verd
And
thinks
then-
like that might be an option, but then he's like, I've had these visions since I was 2, since I can remember. So
Counterpoint. What if they're from Mother directly?
why would she show me? Yeah, I suppose. I suppose I don't know where they come from.
Right. And so, like, he kind of sits down like he proved a point, you know, like in that way of like, you know, doubling down, right?
Right.
Because he sits down, looks at Eldrina, and then says, "Then I believe that the best course of action is for Bird themselves to not only increase their abilities with their understanding of their own personal abilities, but to also be checked out by other people, divination or otherwise." And Solara, for the first time, speaks up and says, "The reason why I've been not trying to go so much into these defenses is Mother is an alien entity from the cosmos. We do not understand their motives, how they do things, why they do things. And it seems that every single one of these 5 visions that has been uttered has all been specifically about Silverhaven and only surrounding Verd.
These
Which leads-
visions are revolved around Mother, but I have had many, many visions that do not.
Which
I have
visions are
nothing
those?
to do. So this is back from when I was a kid before I started drinking. But yeah, he relays some of his childhood visions, basically.
Okay, so what were those?
I haven't come up with any yet. So, but it's just like out of character. But maybe just like
Right.
him running through him running over a bridge and the bridge collapsing, and he survives. And then another one, he was. It's usually revolved around saving his life. Let's put it like that.
Right.
So, yeah.
See, but that also just proves what they're saying, though. Is it seems to be a very personal.
Usually, yeah.
Right. Right.
But no, they're always revolved around Verd as if Verd was looking at his first person.
Right, but that's kind of their point, though. Like,
But
out of
they're
character,
not
I'll try
always
to
about
explain it.
Mother. They're not always about Mother.
No.
They're quite often about other
No.
is what I'm imagining.
Right. And that's fair. So, like, regardless if it's Mother tampering or another mage or another entity, a celestial, a god, like, there can be so many different things that are doing it, right? That they're just not trying to just swallow the pill so quickly, right?
Sure.
Because there could be someone who's fucking with you.
Yeah.
Right? There could be someone who's showing you really bad shit, you know, maybe when you open the channel by activating it, right? You know, they get a ping and they go, "Oh, time to show you something," right?
Yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but that is the nature of magic, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So what they're saying is that they're not discounting your vision. They're not completely shutting it down.
Yeah.
But they do need to make sure that these are 100% viable. Nothing's tampered with.
Verd completely understands, and yeah, he's like, if there's anything I can do, just let me know. I'll do it. Like in regards to these visions.
Yeah, Varenthus says, seek out people to help you with your divinations. We will find people who can validate your claims. We'll get the memory stone, and we've got plenty of months, supposedly, from what you've said, to get this all ball rolling. However, it will be some time because this is quite serious. What you're saying.
Sure.
So,
well, we have 11 months. 11 months, basically to the day. So, I'm sure I can come up with enough evidence to prove even the skeptics among you. In that time.
And Varenthus kind of like quiets down on that one because it seems that there's 2 people who are mostly skeptical. It's Varenthus and Solara. But Arya,
illusion chick?
Solara. I already said that.
Oh, Solara. Okay. I got the names.
Yeah, Solara. So Varenthus Yeah, so Varenthus is like pretty conservative, but he said yes to the defense part because he realizes that, that's a good thing to have. Solaris didn't say yes to the defense part because she thinks that there's something else that we need to do, like before we would, just dump a bunch of money on defenses, because there's too many variables. Once again, she's always talking about variables, and she seems to be the best person to talk about variables because she's an illusion mage.
Yeah.
She literally messes with people's perceptions constantly. So someone who knows that and knows that that's a possibility, right? Like, that's why she's like, nah, I think we need to do a little bit more research here. We need to figure this out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right.
But
Verd's
Eldrina,
pretty sure about his visions, even if they aren't.
And then the Arya, the abjuration specialist, Eldrina, who's the transportationist, and Thaldrin, who is the evocation specialist. All three of them, oddly enough, are very pro Beauregard's plan, and Eldrina has basically even gone above and beyond her own station to tell the rest of the archmages that, hey, we should probably listen to them, and whatever. So she's basically spearheaded the whole argument, putting her own stuff at stake. Probably due to the relationship with Io, and probably due to the fact that she knows that Verd, is not one to just come in with false claims. But this is a huge risk because if she basically bulldozed this through. So now the problem is that if this is proven false, or it's considered even faulty or whatever, it could harm her standing as an archmage.
Sure.
And that's how serious that is.
Okay.
So, but this is still good for everyone here in the party because at this point, even though you haven't had definitive proof or anything, it's still circumstantial evidence that needs to be investigated. Man, all these crime shows I watch is fucking paying off.
Io will ask Arya, so what do you think of the possible ward that is placed on this ship that is preventing people from teleporting to the ship?
Well, there could be quite a few different wards. So, there are plenty of wards that we have in the modern scheme of things that would do similar things. Now, if there was a way that they had a permanent ward and could effectively cast their own wards on top of them, they could make contingencies as well as make certain spells go off upon going through. And she kind of summons up a little orb to using prestidigitation, and she makes it see through. And she puts arcane signatures, and she says, if you can place contingencies on top of other effects, you can effectively make what I call an impassable barrier. So you see the symbol for disintegration, you see the symbol for fireball, you see the symbols, all these different spells, and then she says, assuming that she's been around for as many millennia as I think she has, I do not doubt that whatever ward is there has to be powerful enough at this point, that it would have many spells on top of each other layered, to the point where the story about whoever's teleporting you being disintegrated makes sense, just from the sheer power of the ward.
Right.
So the problem is that it also boils down to someone has to be so adept at magic that they'd have to focus probably on 3 or 4 different spells at the same time in order to get you guys through. Now, I don't know if I have to tell you all about what overclocking is, but
No.
it does usually have a similar effect of disintegration.
Okay.
So Verd does a clarification. A little light bulb goes off in Verd's head that the disintegration may not even be from the ward
Yeah.
It may just have been how many
Overexertion
spells they had to do, right,
to get through
to
it.
get you guys in. Yeah.
True. Okay, Verd voices that, basically.
Yeah. So they then say, if that is the case, then there would have to be something or some item that would make it so that anything within a certain period or a certain sphere would be anti-magic. And I think that would help. However, that would not work when you're teleporting, because if you activate it while teleporting, well...
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, it is a troubling puzzle, at least for me. Because an anti-magic field would help. I guarantee it. But activating the anti-magic field too early, and you all fall to your deaths or worse.
Yeah. Shit.
But
so
if you do it too
we're gonna
late,
need like mechanical timing, basically, for that.
exactly.
Okay.
So, if I have anything to say about it, I believe that the true thing that happens to that person, which, based on your vague descriptions, only one person comes to mind. Give me a second, and I'll get you the notes. And that
Didn't she
person
say she didn't want
is...
to give me the name yet or something?
What?
Didn't she say she wasn't sure about giving me the name yet or something?
She wasn't.
Oh.
But now that she's had this like definitive thing or whatever, like she's really, she feels better about bringing it up.
Okay. Okay.
But let's see here. This is... Oh, that's not it. Was it this one? Yes, this one. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. The only person who would have the courage and the ambition to be able to get up there, even upon someone telling them that they may disintegrate. Give me a second. Why is it not loading? There we go. Is Sarah Spellbinder. And effectively speaking, I don't think you guys could roll a high enough check to find out who this person is because they're not a celebrity or something. But she then throws in the twist of my daughter.
Oh. Okay. Well, no wonder
I
you
understand
like
why she
protect
wanted-
her.
Yeah.
Now you understand why she didn't want to say it?
Yeah.
Who was it that said
Okay.
that? Whose daughter is it?
Arya.
Arya's? Gotcha.
Yep.
But
definitely the only person ballsy enough or crazy enough that would, upon hearing that they're 99.9% going to disintegrate, you know. But there's nothing I can do to control her, and she's her own woman. But
right.
If there is any way that you all can figure out that puzzle of how to get through the wards,
Well,
then
if it is the issue in regards to the exhaustion or overexertion, I have come across some items recently that allows one to not gain exhaustion basically when overcasting and so on. Though they are not cheap, and it's one it's I think it was minimum 20,000, 30,000 per person just to get one of these items.
She then says, has someone already crafted it before?
No, it's my own invention actually.
I see. So
Bird pulls out a book and then uses Mage Hand, a notebook, and then uses Mage Hand to move the book over to her.
Yeah, and she says flat out that if the overall product is 20,000, that means that the potentiality of it failing or otherwise might move that cost up to 10 times. Just assuming, the worst.
Yeah. Well,
because prototypes or testing it out or failures or any sort of weird things happening. And out of game, I'm trying to illustrate that, even though out of game your Arcana is pretty good, she's just trying to be logical. Like,
sure. Well,
you know,
they're expensive. However, it is that it's an expensive item, but it should, if it works properly, protect the wearer from too much overexertion.
I see. And I have been helping in that department as well. And out of nowhere, like, you see, like, she produces from a portal this big, I don't know, like, cloak.
Mhm.
And she then says, I myself have been working on an overclock vitality cloak
Oh,
for the case of Mother. And Ver, do you remember this? I believe I told you this.
yeah, that's the
But
cloak I'm talking about, actually.
and she's like, but I don't
Out,
know if
out
it
of
is just a random coincidence or otherwise.
Yeah,
But
that is quite odd. But either way, you can keep my notes since you seem to be far more ahead than I am. Mine was just an idea I had, but maybe someone. Yeah, I don't know where I got the idea from.
no.
Maybe you
Well,
can
what I'm saying
collab with
is,
her to get it to work.
Yeah.
right. But she's making a very, very sophisticatedly powerful artifact rather than
Yeah.
some minor thing.
Yeah.
Like, she's
way ahead then.
yeah, she's way ahead, and she says, I will definitely help you in crafting this item.
Cool.
Since I've already been about 75% done with mine. And I have released my papers, so maybe we're reading through some of the
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, I do a lot of reading, so maybe that's where I
research or
got it
something
from.
like so.
Yeah.
However, right. And she then says that my hope was to be able to become effectively a ward generator so that I could protect all of Silverhaven from the attacks. And as long as I can stay up and alive, that was my plan.
Fair enough.
But as the times have been changing and all these new things have been going, I'm not quite sure if this will be enough, but this is just a last resort.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
And she calls it, like, the Cloak of Vitality.
Okay.
But she then says, once you have a decent amount of time and effort, I will assist you and get my entire team of artificers or mages as needed to see if we can find a way to make enough just so that you guys can be taken care of. But other than that, the only other option I can think of is trying to get my daughter on board.
Well, if we do get your daughter on board, we're going to need some heavy protection in place.
And though she is quite a mage on her own skill, I just feel that just hearing the fact that she's possibly going to overclock, it makes me want to throw my hat in the ring. So she then says, looking to you all, that so to reiterate, you need to develop your abilities of the seeing. We need to find out the validity of your visions. And you need to somehow convince my daughter to go on the mission with you 10 months from now. But I do expect you to explain the situation thoroughly to her, as she needs to consent to a possibility of fatality.
I will leave nothing out.
And they say, well, in any case, it is well beyond lunchtime. And they then say, I feel like we should adjourn this meeting. And they all basically agree tiredly. Since they've been here since 8 a.m. and it's now 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beauregard was playing that whole, what's it called card? The exhaustion card.
Yeah, whittle them down till they just can't say no.
Yeah, pretty much.
Love it.
But, yeah. Anyway, so the Eldrina and all them get up from their seats, and after they say adjourn, and Eldrina goes up to you guys and says, "Well, I hope you all can make sure to follow all that. I did bulldoze that through. But as I said before, I do trust you, and I do feel that you have what's best for Silverhaven in mind."
Appreciate that.
Absolutely.
We all
So,
appreciate that.
with that being said, she just kind of floats lazily, like 2 to 5 inches off the ground, not even wanting to like do any work. With the
Doesn't even want to
moving. Yeah, and starts floating down the stairs. And they
Nice.
all kind of, each in their own specific ways, kind of do shit. You see that Solara themselves, like, sends out her masks, like, to rotate around her in, like, a certain orbit.
Mhm.
Almost like she's making sure no one gets through that orbit.
Okay.
And then goes, Varenthus literally just, like, you see a portal open up on the ground, and a giant skeletal hand kind of just reaches up and grabs them, and then they just get sucked into the portal.
Gee, that's cool.
You need to learn
And,
that one, Bird.
That one, I do. Can I insight to
just
see what spell that is?
Yeah, you're gonna laugh when you get it. Go ahead. Well, it's not
Alright.
Insight, it's Arcana.
Arcana? Okay.
Guidance.
27, not 20.
Nice.
No, you don't need my guidance. Never mind.
You just know that is a dimension door.
Oh,
Mm.
okay.
Just a reflavored for their magic. Like,
Okay.
all magic,
That's
like,
cool.
especially when you're powerful enough, you can start making it look any way you really want, as long as it doesn't mess with the spell. So,
Okay.
especially the archmages. But just imagine when he gets back where he's going and he gets thrusted up by this arcane hand.
True.
Like, pretty intimidating.
That's awesome. That's fucking so cool.
But he's just down on the end of the staircase. Like, that's how far he went, because that was about 500 feet.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes. But other than that, everyone else is just kind of dipping. Aldrin, just walks normally and says something under their breath about how to show off, like, and then like keeps walking, like, because all he has is explosion shit. He's an
True.
invoker, so he doesn't have nearly as much. I also have the sneaking suspicion that he's a sorcerer.
True.
and that he's already kind of barely standing on his own, because we all know that sorcerers in this campaign are a little bit weak.
Yeah.
So, especially after that fucking finding out that there's those rechargeable meta magic stones.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was stupid.
Like,
not on my part, but on D&D's part.
Yeah.
That was like, guys, what are you doing? That's literally the sorcerer's whole thing. Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely feeling that pressure, though. It's like, God, I'm the only sorcerer on the entire Archmage Council.
Funny.
Yeah. But yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, so other than that, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna go.
Well, I imagine.
I'm gonna go
Check
get
it.
weapons. I'm gonna go get weapons.
Weapons?
We keep meaning to go talk to Cade's dad too.
Well, didn't you just get a weapon that can turn into any weapon?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
not magical weapons.
Yeah. Non.
Or you
I'm
can
sure you
enchant
could-
that one, I guess.
Yeah, enchant that
They can just
weapon.
get enchanted.
Guess I could upgrade the shifting weapon.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you can probably get that upgraded. But
I
yeah,
could upgrade it enough to have +3 weapons.
if you had the money,
A lot of money.
Wait, you want to make it a +3 weapon, do you?
Yeah, my original idea was just gonna go get a lance +3. I can upgrade.
Well, what you could do, yeah, you just go and make that thing a +1, and then boom, it's magical. It's a whatever item, whatever weapon you pull out is a +1 magical item. But if you want to go +3, then that's basically like getting a legendary. And it's not really
it's a lot
needed.
of
It
money.
just
Yeah, but I gotta remember that in reserve for like gear and shit have like 19,000.
Yeah, so what you got to also understand is that if you went for a +3 instead of a +1, you'd be spending like an extra 20,000 gold for +2 damage. Basically, it's a waste of money. Like you can get way better things for way cheaper. That gives you a lot more.
That's why I was going
Yeah, it's one of
originally
those.
for one weapon to upgrade to 3.
Yeah, so if
Right.
you right,
What we're trying to say is that +1s, like getting a +1 weapon, right, or a +2 or +3, is normally good because you're basically doing that in order to get a special enchantment. Like a Vorpal blade is a +1 blade, but that's because they're spending the money to get the Vorpal property, which is like 2 more levels, right? It's hard to explain it,
so basically, if
but
you're going for a +3 level weapon, you might as well go for a named weapon rather than just like a polearm +3, because you usually for the value, if you just get a +3, you get +2 damage. But if you get like a named
like
weapon,
for
you get some cool
example,
effect or something.
like a flame tongue, for example, is a good named weapon that you could probably put on your thing. Which, if I believe correctly, a flame tongue is a
So
what does it say?
if you're going to go for a level 3, like a level 3, level weapon, you might as well like just add a named weapon enchantment onto your multi-weapon thing.
Yeah, like Flame Tongue says it gives bright light up to 40-foot radius and dim light for an additional 40. While the sword is ablaze, it deals an extra 2d6 fire damage to any targeted hits. Every hit, the
That's
flames
good.
last until you use a bonus action to speak the command word again, or until you drop or sheathe the sword. Meaning that when you hit someone with this sword, they're on fire.
So not only are they on fire, but you do up to a maximum of 8 extra damage. Whether the +3 weapon would only give you a +2 damage max, basically.
Yeah. So we're just saying that you don't need to get a +3 weapon, you just need to get a powerful, like, rarity weapon and just put it onto the weapon you already have. So you can look up, what is it, rare or very rare? Or very rare legendaries?
Yep. I'd go
then,
legend. I'd go very rare myself over legendary.
Yeah,
The value.
that's fair. Yeah.
That's me
Because
though.
very rares and legendaries tend to be pretty close to power level to each other. In
Hmm.
fact, Flame Tongue is what rarity is this? Rarity of Flame Tongue. It's not gonna tell me, I don't think. Oh, it says rare. This is just a rare. So that means it's the equivalent of a +2 weapon.
Pretty good.
So yeah. But anyway, so that's what we're trying to say is just find a weapon that has rare or very rare, and then just get that enchantment onto the weapon you already have. Because if you just do a +3 weapon, it's just +2 damage. It's not, or
It's a waste of
+3
money
damage or whatever.
compared to what you can get.
It's really, right. It's not. Hopefully that makes sense, Cade. Like we're just trying to save you from. I get 3 damage. Woo! Which
You could have gotten the
doesn't do
same
much.
thing and gotten +8 damage, +10 people in fire.
Yeah,
The
that
same
kind
money.
of thing. Right. So just what I would do. You have D&D Beyond, right? If you look on D&D Beyond, you should be able to look for magic items by rarity for weapons. And then just because your weapon can transform into any weapon, you could just get an enchantment that's from any weapon. Right?
Any weapon goes basically on this weapon.
So, I just don't know magic weapons well enough to be able to tell you like what you'd want. Flame Tongue came to mind because of your fire stuff, though. Cade? Okay. Cool. Alright, I'm gonna have a 5-minute break. I'm gonna go get some food real quick, and I'll be right back.
Cool.
Alright.
There's not a fling.
You can. That's the thing, though. You could put flame tongue on anything. So any weapon enchantment that you like, you could stick on your thing.
Yeah. I imagine you can only have one enchantment on a weapon, though. So you'd have to pick wisely.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is pretty much flame.
Yeah. We also do like Thunder Wave or whatever it is.
Yeah. I don't know if.
Or is it Thunder Wave or Thunder Step? What is it? Thunder Wave? Okay. It's Thunder Step.
Thunderwave, I'm pretty sure. Problem with that one is you can't, if you're trying to not be fouled, basically, you're fucked.
Yeah, it's not something for sneaking.
Yeah.
That's
Not
why
at
I
all.
wasn't on Thunder.
Yeah, nice.
And
To be fair, you're not gonna. You'd probably be sneaking and swinging your weapon anyways.
that depends on our plan. That
I
really
guess,
does depend on the plan. That really does depend.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
How much damage? I do kind of want. How would I even get that?
I would. So you're just gonna have to keep track of it. I think. I don't think you can. So I would just maybe either put the item in your inventory.
Well, that's why I was looking for a.
You could always homebrew it.
Great
Or
Add
you
a
could
new
just
weapon.
customize the weapon. Yeah. You just edit. You just homebrew the weapon into.
You just find the weapon that already exists, and then just put a stipulation that it can be changed into any weapon because of, that thing I got you.
I duplicate. This one's already made.
Possibly. Probably wouldn't hurt to check. Okay.
Battle axe.
Yeah, like I said, it doesn't necessarily matter the weapon. It's just what it does for you.
Yeah, but I was gonna add the weapon to my.
Ah. Mm.
I have to. Oh, maybe. 10 minutes is quite long in combat. Yeah, I found a homebrew.
Where is it? Okay, 1 second. I can't see it because I only see the dice table.
You should just be able to join.
Right click on his name. Might have it disabled.
Flame tongue.
Word fire.
By adding this.
That's literally the same. That's weird. Why is it? So it gets 3 damage, but doesn't do all the cool effects. It just does 2d6 extra fire damage, basically.
Homebrew's weird on D&D.
Yeah, it's like they didn't allows you to add your proficiency bonus to it. I mean, all of those two are just not giving all the benefits of the other ones. Like whenever damage is dealt, that does d12. This one is for 10 minutes you get 2d6 extra fire damage around, or every attack gets an extra 2d6 fire damage. So it's I don't know. They seem weaker than what we said, and they're considered legendary or whatever. Yeah, it seems like that person doesn't really know how to make magic items. If it's legendary and all it does is 2d6 extra damage of fire, like that's a little weak. One thing I suggest is just going into.
I don't really want to see.
Yeah, it would take too long. That's why I was saying just go into the magic items that you have, right? That are weapons. Find one that you like the effect of, and then slap it onto whatever weapon you want. Does it have magic items in there? Yeah, because all of those are going to say the exact same effect. They're just different weapons, right? For Flame Tongue. That gives the bright light for 40 feet, 40 feet of dim light, the 2d6 fire damage, and the fact that the flames keep going until you say stop. So it can light stuff on fire and all that stuff. He called it Flumboy. That's funny.
Fair enough. You're doing a lot of damage. This. Then I add this plus the weapon itself.
All the extra damage stuff doesn't get critted. It's only the weapon damage.
No, I know, but it's still kind of ridiculous amount of damage.
Well, what is it? What is your weapon's damage die? It's 1d12. So you only deal 12 plus d12 plus 3 plus whatever other damage you're doing. Nothing else gets multiplied. So it's not. I mean, kind of. Like assuming certain things, right? Like, okay, you get that's 12 plus 12, that's 24. 25 to 67, and then whatever else damage after that. So, where a fireball has an average of, I think, 40. So I don't think it's that bad.
Barbarian.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just don't think, I don't think it's as powerful as you might think. But I have seen some really cheesy builds that can do things like 100 damage in a hit. So
I've made builds.
is everyone back?
How
I
much
don't know.
would
I
it
think
cost for
Bird
me?
might not be. So what's the rarity?
Tongue?
Mm-hmm. It's rare. Okay, is it a tune?
Oh no, it does require.
Okay, so it's a rare and requires attunement. 1 second. So, that's pretty cheap actually. Yeah, 82,000 based on our pricing system here. You said rare. Yep, and requires attunement. Yep. 2,000 times 1 is 2,000. So, it's not bad.
Get out of my room.
Okay. But you have to see if somebody has it. But so there's two ways. You either use downtime activity stuff and have your handler deal with it, or you roll it yourself. Okay. So, yeah, we got to get your handler too.
I was about to say, did you get a new one?
You
No.
did like a.
I did stuff based on them having the new one, but we haven't roleplayed it yet.
Yeah.
Who did you pick again?
Whispers.
Okay. I remember. Yeah. That's gonna be so funny. Because like she's like 5'1", like tiny little fucking cat person. Like
Oh yeah, I'm exactly 6 foot, so I'm gonna tower over the person.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to look down to talk to
Yep. You're gonna have to go to a chiropractor
him.
talking to them because you're gonna be like, oh my neck. Yeah. That's pretty funny. I don't know if Verd's back.
Oh,
I think he might be on that phone call.
Maybe.
wait for
Might have
him,
been really weird timing. Yes, of course.
I guess
But,
I'll
like-
go pee then.
Yeah, I'll be back then.
Yeah, it's
I'll be- In fact,
I
you know
thought it was
what?
only gonna be 5 minutes.
I'm gonna
but
hit my numlocked number pad 5, and we're gonna go completely on a break on the everything.
Okay, sounds good.
Yo, I'm back. What's going on?
You took so long, we took a second break.
Oh, were you guys calling for me?
Well, I asked you like twice, but like you weren't there, so.
Oh, yeah. Well, I came back and you guys still doing your thing, and then I came back and you still doing your thing, and I came back and so.
I see. Yeah, I think I missed those 2 times you came back then, because I came back after a certain point, and then
My bad.
no, it's not a bad thing. I thought you were just on that 50-minute call. Like,
Oh
so,
no, I'll let you know when that.
yeah.
I was just went to the bathroom. All right, so where we at?
They picked the flame tongue, and we found out that the flame tongue is only 2K.
2K. Boom.
Yeah,
Get it.
so because it's a rare and it requires attunement, and we said that was 2,000 times 1, if I remember a thing correctly.
Right.
So it's not bad. Expensive
Very
as fuck.
It's
Still,
rare.
no, it's rare. It's just rare.
Just a
Not very
rare.
rare. Yep.
Yeah. 2,000 times 1.
So, yep. So
Nice.
that's
Good price.
it's not bad. I mean, basically, it's just a big ass lighter, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, so it's kind of fair. It does 2d6 extra fire damage on a hit, and it makes things go on fire that you want. So
Extra 12
pretty
damage.
much, yeah.
So
So
you got a
I
light?
don't think it's like worth. Yeah, it's 40 feet of bright light and then 40 feet of dim light.
Fuck, that's
So
even
it's
better
pretty
than
good, too.
the spell.
Yeah,
Very
so
nice.
it's pretty good. It's like more utility than battling, but still good.
Yeah. Well, Kay, you've been wanting to do this talk with your dad for a while. Should we do that?
Sure.
I think Cade too for a moment,
Cade's
but
not back
I
yet,
imagine
yeah.
he can, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Everyone.
we're
All
all good.
back.
Right. Now the stream's back.
Sweet.
We're all here.
Yeah, let's let's try to talk to your dad, I suppose, before we leave the city to find that nation.
It's also the problem of RP of the hand. Probably father.
Yeah,
need
do
to
the father
handle 'em.
first.
Okay.
I feel like father's more precious.
Okay. Let's do that.
I mean, like I said, you already had the handler.
Yeah.
Like, so that's.
Yeah.
It's just that we can do it on a time when there's like, oh, we have nothing to do. Let's go back in time and see what happened. But they've already told you effectively that they'd be your handler. They just told you that there's a stipulation in there to not be creepy.
Yeah.
So
Which is like fair. Very, very fair. I don't know if y'all noticed though, but Kate is now and he used to.
Noticed.
He hasn't
Nice.
talked much. He's over here like fucking jotting down things in his like head, just like I need to get that. I need to do this. I need.
Yeah.
that's totally nice. That's good.
Preparation
I
we
will
need to
say
do.
that. I probably should state this. He has not like he's just wearing bum clothes from before, but he made it now good enough to like. Oh, okay, they're not a bum anymore. Full on rock star.
Interesting.
Completely dropped the aspect of everything.
Nice.
Interesting.
Oh, Bird has a person that knows like Dream or whatever. Go into
Do I know someone with Dream?
Yeah, I keep telling you that you have the guy from Mortis's church who has last
Yeah,
name
that's right.
is
That's
like
right. Yep, I remember. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Bird tells you, yeah, we can head over to the church, Mortis Church,
all right.
the Church of
Okay.
Death.
Yeah.
Hop on my
So
motorcycle. Hat behind me, like anyone want to ride?
Bird just pulls out his wings and says, "I'll meet you there."
meet you there.
There.
Yeah, I'll just walk it this time.
I guess I'll be the second one there. Flying is typically faster than motorcycle.
Yes. Right.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys there.
Interesting. I can't find his name, which is wild. Hold on. I have his picture. But I can't find.
I pin it.
Church person. No, I'm in our private messages, Bird, and for some reason I don't see. Like, I see his picture, right? And then for some reason it doesn't come up to. Oh, that's shit. Oh well. Oh yeah, it's the Bird still. I still live at that place. So.
I didn't know if it was small child and or bird.
Yeah. It's definitely a bird. Okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to come up with the name.
I pinned father for you.
Thank you.
Father, like your Cade's dad, the god.
Yeah, correct.
The god.
Yep.
That I got bitch smacked to. I was gonna say death. But
Wait, where do you pin it?
Oh,
I think in the private messages.
Yeah, in private messages.
Ah.
I could always send it in general.
When we see him.
Yeah.
I don't have like an image. I have a basic message. Last time I checked, you had
we'll
the
just
image.
call him this because I don't have. Yeah, Verd technically has the image of him.
Of who?
Of the god.
Oh,
The scary, scary god. Yeah, you generated it because I said this is more your territory. Help me find a picture.
Oh,
And
that's right. I sent you a bunch.
Yeah, and I picked one of them, and now I can't remember which one it was. So let me go back in time to see if I can find it. What day was that?
Fuck, it was about 2 weeks ago, I think. Now.
Oh, I need this. Copy image. Anyway, I'm sending this back into our chat just so I can save it. It was before the hate crime.
Yeah.
No one on watching the stream will understand that joke, but I went to Outback Steakhouse.
Okay.
And yeah, it's a hate crime because it's like, look, I'm eating your cuisine of your people. And
I
like,
see.
yeah. So it's not really a hate crime; it's just a joke.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, they call them Sheilas.
Sheila's over there.
When you said before the hate crime, my brain immediately went to one of the jerseys that I should not bring up.
Well, I mean, that's not necessarily
I know,
that
I
bad.
know.
Like,
Yeah, but it's like that's the
here they are.
This is the call. Sorry, you might be best to do something for yourselves next 10-20.
Okay, got it.
Alright, in that case,
Let's see.
since we have a little time.
Yep.
Probably be during time.
I'm gonna go with this one. Just seems the easiest and best one.
So yeah,
Here.
how's it going?
Keep your dad. This is your dad.
Oh,
This is the guy that
hello.
basically came up and beat your ass. He went boom.
You know, that explains a lot of my color scheme. that explains a lot, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that.
Yeah, go ahead. I just gave it to everybody. This is the guy you're gonna try to go dream and and
Hey,
find.
Dad, how's it going?
Yeah, that sounds terrible. That don't sound good at all.
Probably should question about the fact that I have black and red wings. A multicolor scheme. Where's the second color come from? Last time I checked, you're red. That's definitely a guy. That's in the back.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Like an Apple house.
What?
Background house with kind of
What are you looking at?
other space.
I'm not
background.
really
Are you
sure.
I looking at the god?
Yeah, in the background.
There's
Apple.
no building there.
Alright then.
Apple thing? Apple thing?
I think
Are
Kate's
we
talking
looking
about
at the
like a little
thing
bit of green thing. There's a little bit of green in the picture.
in the top left?
Then I don't know what Kate's talking about because I don't see anything. I could.
I don't see anything that's even.
That's a really zoomed in. A weird
That's
Apple
the
thing.
weapon.
Is it a weapon? Looks off in the background.
Yeah, you can see. At the no, it's in their hand.
Yeah, there's a black handle. That's
Well, yeah,
not the
the
building.
handle is
That's
foreground, but the Apple thing.
No, that's right next to it.
that's literally part of the blade.
Yeah.
Why is
Like,
it a weird Apple thing? Why is it a weird Apple thing?
It's not an apple thing. It's just a circle. I mean, it's like a circle cross guard, which is weird. I mean, I agree it's weird that it's the circle cross guard, but yeah, but
I just
it's
looked off in the
basically a cross.
background and I'm sitting there like, what is that?
Yeah, I was looking up at the top left, and I was like, that. I feel like that's just a splash, like a
Yeah.
like some sort of like
I don't
color,
know
like water paint thing. But like, I had no idea what the hell you were saying for a second there.
That's why I took the snip
I
and
was
zoomed
like,
in. I'm like, this? What is this?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely the cross guard.
Yeah, we probably should inform Zane and have him not, the middle of giant fight.
Yeah, you can probably definitely tell them about that.
Where is he
But
currently?
yeah.
Because I have a message.
He's currently still in town.
Is he within 120 feet of me?
No.
No. Okay. But then I'll have to talk
Alright,
to him later.
Right. That is definitely a thing.
If he's within 120 feet of me, send like a basic. Hey, don't be outside in X amount of days. Destruction.
Right. Right, I totally get it.
I mean, unless he powers up. What level would he be right now?
Not really sure because I haven't been keeping track of like the months. So as soon as I get Verd to help me with the months, I can figure out what level he is.
I do have his character. I could just.
Right, but that's what I'm saying is like I don't know because like every 3 months or so is about a level up if you're like adamantly doing shit. Like if you're actually studying and doing
he
shit.
very much is. He very much is.
Yeah.
Currently,
Mhm.
level 2 Darn. Oh, he knows some good fighting stuff. Yeah, and he's still level 2. Oh, I never give him background. What would his background?
I mean, it kind of depends. Seems to have a pretty chill background. He's known you since you were a kid, so
Maybe he's just athlete.
could be.
I don't
Is
know.
athlete one of them?
Gives him a primordial makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
Now it's fully. I have so many tabs compared to what I normally only have like 1 to 3. I have 6. I got me, got my familiar, got my motor, got my document. Got 5. It really hasn't been getting it either.
Right. Like I said, I don't really know. I haven't really been keeping up with trying to raise his character level. But if it's been long
That's,
enough, I'll definitely raise it.
yeah, we
But
probably should give
I
it.
just don't remember.
I assume
Mhm.
better he gets.
Gruntus.
There, has money.
Yeah, but I don't think he's been making that much money if he's been putting his stuff mostly towards studying. So, I mean, he
Originally,
could
when I
still
went down
work
the
part time
reward,
as a mage writer or something, but yeah.
hell, for all we
All
know,
right.
he's the equivalent
Oh,
of a
hold on
retail
a
agent.
second. I'm getting a phone call.
Oh boy, 2 phone calls, same session. Oh, what's your plan over there?
For what exactly? Like, what are you
Just
referring
overall
to?
plan at this point. Maybe you
Uh,
plan to deal with what's his face bothering you.
Nah, I know that's not gonna happen for a little while. We may not even get to that, honestly.
Yeah, I
Like,
was
I
gonna
may
say I don't
just.
think that's even really a
We
thing at
got
this point.
11 months. I don't know if I can deal with that in 11 months. I don't know.
11 months.
Either, I don't know. If he finds out about Mother coming here, that's like worst case scenario because then
You
he's
know
gonna
how
like.
Galactus has like a person that him to scout it.
No, I don't. I don't really know anything about Galactus.
Anyway, he has like a person that goes to Earth to scout it or whatever.
Uh huh.
Because Galactus eats fucking planets. Anyway,
Right.
So what if that dude is just like the scouter for Mother?
Well, I don't think that's the case. He's just like a pest, is what he is. He's just
I don't know, man. I don't know anything
because
about
before
this
he
dude
was just
other
a
than what
mimic.
you've told us. Other than what you've told us, I know.
Well, I mean, I've told you everything about him pretty well. He was just a mimic before, and he became a mimic noble and all that. And
all the heralds of Galactus are pretty out there in what they like. The
right,
most famous herald of Galactus is literally silver. So
right,
I can show you an image. Oh yeah, they're definitely.
yeah. Well, like I think if this guy found out about Mother coming, it'd be like worst case scenario because then he's just gonna get more antsy about trying to kill me, and that's not preferred.
No. He tries to kill you though. I will stab a motherfucker.
Well, the problem is I just don't even know if we could take him.
I put Silver
That's the
Surfer.
thing. It's like he is just.
We.
Oh, I didn't know Silver Surfer was. That's interesting.
Yeah, he's silver. He's.
Well, no, I know that, but I just thought you didn't. I didn't realize you said he was Silver Surfer. I just heard Silver.
Well, yeah, I said one of the heralds of Galactus is literally silver. I'm talking.
No, I didn't realize. I didn't know that.
You're gonna see that motherfucker coming. Well, actually, you might not.
Yeah.
He might blind you.
Maybe, yeah.
Built-in defense mechanism.
I mean, EO already looks like he's blind. Like EO's eyes are like white.
Yeah, it wouldn't have an effect on
if
you.
you look at his in the. I mean, it would. Like my eyes still can see, but it just looks like I'm blind.
From the outside view, it would have no effect on you.
Right. I don't know. I think if we can get strong enough to deal with him, that'd be great. But I think Mother
He almost
may get here before then. I don't know.
He blocked all of his escapes.
If I just hadn't gone down, that's what really annoys me. Is that he dealt enough damage to get me down in the first round.
Yeah. Hey, but I was there, so got you back up at least.
Yeah. Thankfully, yeah. That could have gone bad real fast. Like, if you guys got there one turn too late, like, he may have just taken me and killed me. And it'd been GG.
He went down, and before we entered, I was like, oh.
Yeah. That's when I realized he's definitely more powerful than us.
But I feel like another thing that would have helped is the combination Fireball and Thunder Wave.
Well, I don't know about Fireball.
Well, because Verd hit him with a Fireball, and then I was immediately about to follow up with a Thunder Wave, bounce him into the fucking wall. That would have been a good ass combination. He did take quite a lot of damage. Thunder Wave, quite damaging as well.
Right, I guess, yeah.
Especially because that water is not necessarily the safest thing.
Yeah, I think the only, like, I think I get like one more shot, maybe, at taking him down, in like maybe
I think this
like
is
6 months.
How it's
but
gonna
that's
go.
about it.
If story plays this right, we could deal with Mother. If we win, then we'll do another campaign type thing, tracking this motherfucker down. He will become the new Mother to fight.
Oh gosh, that would be.
I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
Yeah, it could be interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. The story told me something interesting a couple days ago about how this session may go. That that intrigued me very much.
Do you want to share with the class?
No, I don't want to share, just in case it doesn't happen.
Don't get.
And right now, right now it's not looking like it.
I know what I personally want to happen in this session. Unless I die, this could be the last session for Cade if I die.
Yeah. Look, I almost died a couple sessions ago, so don't take it for granted.
I have backup characters because I know I'm like, hey, there's a real chance I die.
Death seemed like it was real far away until I got hit for 8d6 sneak attack, and I was
I
like,
won't
"Oh!"
get hit. Wham! Ooh, I got hit.
I was like, "Oh, okay."
I think
That's
I
cool.
think the wake up call for Cade was getting knocked the fuck out by a god. I think that was
Yeah,
a little bit of
maybe.
a
Yeah,
wake up call.
seems like that'd be a wake up call for most people.
That and then losing a handler almost directly after.
Yeah, that could do it too.
Mainly due to his own fault. Well, kind of. Half his fault.
Right.
I mean,
I'd say mainly your fault.
well, I did have a madness.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, I guess I've had a madness since birth. I
Right.
am what I am, you know?
Right.
I also have been in a car crash and lost my memory.
Yeah, I don't know if you. I didn't know about that until like a session or two ago.
Yeah, because he doesn't talk about it because he doesn't fucking remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, my backstory originally started with got in a car crash, lost his memories, and then his dad left. He hasn't seen it, but big father in the sky because of things can't stand. He like had me and then left. He's just a pretty fucked up person from all that.
Right.
Not to mention that
That'll do it, dude.
not to mention that at like 14 he already had wings. Fucker the first time. You know, that'll change you when
Right.
you fucking realize you have wings. It's like, oh, okay. Where'd those come from? Then having two moms and that whole other layer. It's there.
Right.
Hate on surface. Happy go lucky, angry dude. And then on the inside, fuck. What am I doing with life anymore?
Funny.
I hope in the last session that I become a god.
Well, I think story said that's pretty much impossible.
I mean, I'm half god. Not super impossible.
Right, but like they exist in like a different place, kind of thing.
I could get the powers of God and just like
Yeah, but I feel like that's not like that's like level 20 kind of stuff, and I don't think this campaign's going to level 20.
dude, fuck the level system at this point.
I don't know. I feel like that's going to be a requirement to become a god. You can't be no weak god.
I ain't really weak as it is.
Well,
Stronger.
compared to a god, you got knocked out by a god. What are you talking?
Like I said, I'm a half god. If
Well, I'm just saying.
I was full god, I probably wouldn't have got knocked out. I probably would have had a serious fucking headache, but I probably wouldn't have got knocked out. It is not having a good life. It
Yeah.
ain't the worst, but it definitely ain't the best.
Hmm.
You want to see what I picture upper half of?
I mean, you've shown us like pictures of him shirtless.
I don't know if I sent this in. Are you about to call off session?
I don't know.
I just my picture.
Interesting.
The scar and like the
Right.
the wings, the crash, everything that's happened since. Got a lot of scars on him. There's more that I
Right.
can't show because obvious reasons. But
Yeah.
got scars like everywhere.
Interesting.
It all happened to him. Andy's an athlete. Probably didn't help himself too many years.
Right.
I mean, if this is the end of the segment, what
Right.
not much we can really do if story.
Yeah. I don't know. Just gotta wait and see, I suppose.
Quick hand reveal, go.
I've shown you my head.
I was gonna say face reveal.
Nah.
There's that thing in the top left corner.
Let me see.
Black box with a.
Oh, it's a magic deck.
Ah,
It's a paradoxical storm. It's a vintage deck.
I can see your tripod leg.
Yeah. You see both of them, technically. Yeah, it's not a great tripod.
Is it grippy at the
Just
bottom? Like
uh, it's supposed to be, but I don't know if it's real grippy, to be honest.
I don't use a tripod. I use a dream.
Yeah.
It's just on like a fucking the back of my computer, sitting in the open. So I'm just like hoping it doesn't fall over.
Yeah. See, like for
When
D&D,
when I get a
I
monitor, I'm
want to
hoping that
hear.
monitor comes with webcam, and I'll test it and see if it's better than this webcam or the same. I'm just
Well, just be sure you can get them with monitors, but just check before you buy it to see if it has a monitor.
if not, I'll just keep using the same web. Have to.
If it's a fairly recent monitor, it's probably got a decent webcam.
I keep like
It just kind of
I
depends.
keep like trying to hide my phone from out of habit now. My case is a wallet case, so I'm like afraid to flash my credit card or something.
Oh yeah.
I probably
That's
have
fine.
multiple times, but if I get random charges that aren't me, I'll dispute them, and if that doesn't drain my account, I'll fucking get a new card. Fine.
Mine's just off in front of my keyboard.
And then fuck. I'm debating canceling my card and just having all my money in fucking cash. Honestly.
Yeah. That's something you can do.
That is, but cash is going extinct.
That is true.
I grab my phone up. I keep telling my dad that I'm gonna get a monitor. He's like, why do you need a second monitor? I'm like, because I need a second monitor.
I
Plus,
have a
what
second
are you
one.
gonna do to stop me? It's my money.
Yeah. I think it's worth it. I like having two.
Yeah, I like having two as well, because then one can have my Twitch chat and shit all on one side of things. That's what I'm gonna use the TV for, is just the game, because it's such a big fucking.
Yeah. I streamed earlier on Twitch and I had my like Twitch studio open on the second monitor.
Oh my god, you stream?
Not really, but like every once in a while just for fun.
What's your Twitch?
I think I followed you. It's the doctor. If you can look at your followers. Yeah. Well, here I can do this. I can just go into your stream. Twitch.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I don't have $400 for your 32-inch curved gaming monitor.
Oh no, mine's mine's only 27.
I was scrolling down and it was like 4-star
There you
picks. Insert brand 32-inch curved gaming monitor. I don't need that. I just need a monitor. Period.
Right. Ow.
I mean, it would
You can
be
just click
great
on
if it was kind of big as well, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find
27 is probably big enough for me. I don't think I need it much
I
bigger than
I
that.
also just don't know what's going to fit on my desk.
Yeah. Right now I have a 27 and like it's probably like a 22 or 23, 24. But the smaller one is my second monitor.
I found like a $70 one that's.
Hmm.
I don't have $70.
Right.
Oh, I can view it in my room. Not half bad, you know? Let's take a screen. I should use. Now I gotta put it back on the countertop. Son of a bitch.
Alright! I'm back!
Story is not, however.
Story's on the phone.
Ah! Okay. Cool. Well, you guys want to do something in the meantime?
Like what?
I don't know.
Well, we could chat more about our plan. We could maybe
my
RP
entire
about
plan right now.
preparation,
My entire
like if
plan
you'd
right
like
now
to finish.
is
If go on.
use some money, right, to get a home of bodily health, and then if there's enough left over, get a bell of giant. I already got my flame tongue stuff. We also, at some point, should tell Zane to not be at the fight in like 11 months, because he'll probably die, and I don't want that. Unless he's upgraded.
That's not too important. You got 11 months.
And it might not be important to you.
Well, I know, but like we
There's
need to
plenty
go
of
see
time.
people.
Got
Yeah,
a
we
lot
got
of other
time
more important shit.
before people need to leave.
I mean, yeah, there is more important shit, but
And either way, like if the city goes down, the world goes down. So
Yeah.
either way,
I think you
like,
should tell him maybe take a gap year to train, get powerful, something.
yeah, I would tell him. Yeah, you want him
well,
to get strong.
Your story got to figure out like how many months of downtime
I've got it exact.
that'll figure out. That'll figure out his.
What do you
level.
mean?
Because if we
You
figure
know
out
how many months we've had since we started playing, like in game?
downtime,
It's been 7 months.
right. So probably like 2 level ups.
Well, we started at level 1, right?
Well, not for us, but just in general.
I guess you'll have to ask Story about that. For us, it's 5 level ups. So
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what Zane's level would be.
yeah, best
I
ask
do have
Story.
his characters updated. Right now, he's level 2.
But yeah, did you guys have any questions about Verd's abilities or anything, maybe?
Ever since like session 3, I haven't questioned your abilities. Verd's just Verd. Go with it. Ever since you were like, yeah, let me just fucking spider up this wall, it's just been like, oh, okay. I've seen weirder shit, but also whatever.
Fair enough.
I've been
Yeah,
in real life
it looks
looking
like
for
we're
a second
ending the
one.
session.
One strategy Verd is going to mention though is that Verd is very hard to kill now, to say the least.
I'm probably very easy to. I don't know about very. Might just be.
So in regards to like Verd isn't the one who's going to need healing first, if you know what I mean. So if one of us is focused
I don't know.
on
One
healing,
on Amazon that I found for $70.
It looks similar to mine. Mine was definitely not 70 though.
I was gonna say, can we see yours? But then you have to move.
I mean, I could just take a picture of my phone. Yeah, it looks like we're ending the session. So.
All right, that was in total 2-hour and 31-minute session. So I'm not even mad. I got content. Anything y'all want to say before I end the stream?
Yeah, guess we'll see you next time.
Bye.
till next.